There are not a great many of us. As usual, we'll wait a few more minutes to give a chance to people to arrive.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Alexander.
Hello, Alexander.
Hi, Pascal.
We'll be starting in a minute. Hope we get more people joining. Okay, it's 5 after the hour, so as usual, we're going to start now. So this is interim meeting number 2, actually, for the SCHC working group. It's an official IETF meeting. As usual, the not well applies. And in particular, if you're aware of any IPR that relates to discussions today, please let us know about this IPR or refrain from mentioning the ideas. So the only presentation we have today will be by Rodrigo on SCHC context header SCHC compression and fragmentation over networks prone to disruption. The idea being that the authors agree that the document is ready and ask us to move on with the work group last call. So status of the drafts. The only thing which is really interesting is the ICMPv6 document, which is still expired. We have asked the authors to publish a new version so we can move on with the workgroup last call. We have started the workgroup last call for 8824 update. We gave till February 10 because there's quite a bit in this document, so we hope people will start their reviews. It's a big document. There are still some issues. I will mention that in the next slides on the protocol numbers draft, which were documented in the early reviews by Indir and TSV Art, which you can get by clicking on the document, and then you will see those reviews, and they're accessible by click. I'm still not very, very sure that the authors have correctly addressed the issues with the UDP ports. With this question one, we have raised this discussion about whether we are meeting in Shenzhen. And Alexander, you have started a thread asking people who plans to go. I've not seen many people actually planning to go. Some people could attend remotely, but then if it's to be remote, it's easier to do it through the interim, which is more convenient for people in Europe and Latin America, I guess, than Shenzhen. So anybody attending today who plans to go?
Yes, we had a couple of several replies, and basically there was no reply of anyone going physically. There were a couple of replies saying, "Okay, we'll be joining remotely."
Yes, that's pretty much to be expected, right? It's very hard to get a SCHC meeting happening in the Asian continent. So my suggestion is we don't even try to make this meeting because it would be awful with an empty room. What do people think?
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you, Pascal, on this one.
Okay, so maybe Alexander, if you don't mind, using your thread, saying that at the meeting we said we don't want to have an actual, at the interim, we said we don't want to have an actual physical meeting. If people disagree, then it's high time to let us know. Otherwise, we will refrain from asking for a meeting in Shenzhen. Works?
Okay. Yes. Pascal, I'm on the move, so if you can, like, all to-dos for me, if you can write them down, and I'll do it.
Oh, right. I can use your thread and do it.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
So protocol numbers and questions as last time, which is pretty much the questions that you will find in the early reviews that I mentioned. So we have obtained good support for the SCHC document on the mailing list. So for me, that means that the document is acceptable and to be adopted. So I asked Alexander to publish a draft IETF, which I don't think you've done, Alex.
Yes, sorry, I was really away. I mean, I was on the road the whole day, so I could not do that.
Okay, just to
I'll
make
do
sure.
that. Yeah, I'll do that tonight. And yes, thank you.
Well,
thank you,
no worries, Alex. I mean, it's okay. It's just that making sure we're on sync. So the draft is adopted. I had some issues with the tooling, which when I clicked on the new workflow, you know, that you have now on the data tracker to say that the draft is adopted. Um, the draft ended up in 6.0 for whatever reason. I have no idea, but now I guess it's fixed.
Yeah, I was also surprised. Okay, well, Shiklet in 6.0 as well. It's okay. There is interest there as well.
Maybe there's 6.0 written in the XML somewhere. If you could check, that would explain. Because there is no, in this workflow, there is no way to say which working group, but you start from the SCHC documents, you know, in the SCHC working group. You click yes, it's adopted. And yes, the only thing in XS3 is the change of state and not which working group. And they should not be able to send a document to another working group like this and make it adopted in another working group. I mean, that's a bug. Anyway, so that's it for Shiklet. Network prone to disruption. Oh, this slide is a leftover because now we just, well, it's leftover since today. I posted the question to the authors. I got a response from Rodrigo actually saying that the draft is ready. There is no more IPR than the one which is announced by Ericsson. So if everybody, I'd like to see the other authors tell me the same, but I expect that we'll get the same answers. And I asked for a refresh draft, which really happened. With this, I don't see anything opposing to workgroup Lascaux. Alex? Alexander? Oh, I thought you wanted to speak.
Yes. Yeah. What I wanted to say is that I agree with this, and yeah, we should start working with Pascal. And thank you for taking the lead on this. And yeah, we'll have a couple of documents, several documents in working with Pascal. Maybe later on I can send an email, or you can send an email to do a recap. You know, just so that people start doing their reviews now.
Yes, we have. We should start the workgroup Pascal for ICMP, but we need a refresh and the same questions that you have here answered by the authors. We have 8824, which is in Lascaux. So yes, I mean that's a lot of Lascaux at the same time, and lots of activity on the SCHC working group. So maybe we need to give some times for the reviewers because between now and February 10, I expect they will have a lot of work. So we should probably give all the way to end of February or something. So, and anyway, we'll have a presentation by Rodrigo next on this document. So Rodrigo, you're next. Do you want me to fetch the slides, or do you want to get them yourself?
I prefer use my presentation in my computer.
Oh, you want to share your desktop? Okay, if you like.
Okay. Um,
Rodrigo, I have uploaded your slides, so you could
Yes.
also, anyway, whichever way is better for you. Okay.
I don't know if you see my presentation.
Go ahead, the floor is yours.
Sorry, give me a second. Request a screen share. And I don't know how shared my, because I click in a stop screen share and stop slide. Thank you. Perfect, 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 perfect. Perfect, no problem. It's excellent. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Okay. Well, good morning, everyone, and good afternoon to those in France and Europe. Thank you for giving me this space and today's agenda. And today I will give you a brief summary of the draft and where it stands today. Our draft highlights situations where SCHC may face issues from interruptions or long delay between the sender and receiver, and it also presents solutions for these cases. I don't know, my camera. Yes, okay. Perfect. Give me a second. Okay. Well, the document was created by Edgar, Lorenzo, and Anna. Thank you, guys. And in the first version, they present the 3GPP zero energy devices and how they interoperate with SCHC. In later version, we add the direct to satellite scenario with a proxy solution. And the most recent, in version 2 and 3, we include the idea of using forward error correction for SCHC. The draft describes two main scenarios, but does not exclude other cases with long disruption or delay. The solutions I will present can also be used in those situations. The first solution adds a new network element called the SCHC proxy. This proxy helps speed up ACK messages between the SCHC receiver and the SCHC sender. In the second solution, used channel coding. Here, the SCHC sender applies forward error correction when sending the tiles, helping avoid retransmission of fragments. Again, very important, the solution can be extended to other types of scenarios involving disruption and significant delay. This slide shows how message flow in both solutions. It is important to note that in these diagrams, the LEO satellite can be replaced by another element that causes disruption and delay. It does not necessarily have to be a satellite. A key point is that in the SCHC proxy solution, the proxy requests retransmissions before sending the fragment to the SCHC receiver. The operation of the SCHC proxy is very similar to that of a performance-enhanced proxy. On the other hand, with SCHC and FEC, the sender must apply channel coding to the fragment. Each fragment carries a code part that, when combined with other fragments, recovers the original fragment at the receiver. If some fragments are lost, it will still be possible to reconstruct all of them without retransmissions. But if the number of lost fragments exceeds a threshold, the receiver must request that they be resent. This is not a commercial advertisement, but I recently uploaded another draft that develops the idea of using SCHC with FEC mechanism and presents a new fragmentation mode that supports channel coding. I invite you to review it, and will be very grateful to receive your comments. We believe that the document is now ready for workgroup last call and would like to hear your views. Thank you for listening, and happy to answer any question in slow English, please, because my English is not the best. Thank you.
Hello, Rodrigo. I'm fine with starting a workgroup last call on this document. Like I said, we have a number of documents which are already in last call or going to last call, so the group will have a lot of work doing reviews at this moment. So yes, is it okay if we do something like complete the workgroup last call in February or something, end of February? Because until 10th of February, there is 8824 update, which is a big document. So do you have any emergency for completing this work, or is it okay end of February?
Sorry, I don't understand the question. In February, in the next interim?
No, I'm saying, sorry, when you start a work group last call, you need to give a window of time for people to do their reviews.
Exactly, yes.
And I need to say, please do your review by some date. And we already have reviews pending till February 10th. So
no problem.
People will be working on other reviews, and so I would suggest we do end of February, something like that.
Yes, no problem. No problem.
Another way to say that, Rodrigo, is if you can review some of the drafts of that are in working group last call right now, then probably we can close them earlier, so we can open the working group last call of your draft.
Okay, I understand. Yes, no problem. I can see the other document.
Okay. Then it's perfect. We'll be starting our group last call and give people till end of February for providing us the review. Obviously, they can start now, but if they have to do 8824, please do it first because it's already pending.
Okay, perfect for me.
Okay, any question on the draft? Any opposition with starting the workgroup last call?
I don't have any opposition. I just have a minor question. Did you do any experiments or any implementation or any simulations with some of these elements that are described in the draft?
In the next graph, I have experiments. In this graph, sorry, I don't understand the question. Alexander, can you please?
Did you have running code?
Yes, I have. Yes.
So it's good to mention that there is an implementation. That will be useful for the shepherd. We need to find a shepherd. That's another problem.
Yes, but we only code or experiments, but fake mechanisms. I don't have code or testbed to SCHC proxy.
Yeah, but the proxy is kind of quote unquote obvious. So it's not like new technology. For the fake, it's new technology. So it's interesting to have running code and to have experimentations. Yes. And we'll be asking you during the shepherd review to document what you have, so that helps, explaining why we go for standard track instead of experimental.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Any question? Oh, by the way, I think I asked the question, was it on this draft, whether you want it standard or informational, and my memory is you said informational.
Yes,
but no, it's a standard that you want to do, right? It's a protocol. So it's not informational, it has to go standard track or experimental.
I don't know what.
Well, it's a protocol, right? It's not just a documentation on how things work. It's a protocol. You introduce the fact, right?
Yes.
You introduce new confidence specifications.
Yes, but in this draft, is more informational because we present the idea of solution with using FEC, with check with FEC and proxy. But in the next draft, in the other draft, I present more details about forward correction in fragmentation sublayer.
Okay. So it can be informational as long as you don't use uppercase type of thing, right?
This draft is informational draft. The next draft, the other draft, not the next, the other draft is
the merge work on FEC will be
exactly.
Okay. We'll have to reference the other, but the other is not published yet.
Sorry.
We'll have to reference the FEC draft, which won't be published at the time.
Reference between them?
Yeah, if you say use FEC, you need, and you don't have the spec for FEC, you need to point on the spec that does FEC. You need to have a reference to the other one.
Yes, I need the reference.
So it's okay for an informational reference to point on a document which is still work in progress. But otherwise, if you want to have a normative reference, which really means, oh, this doc is fundamental for me, and it should be, I guess, normative. Then
yes, there is a dependency between them.
Yes, if you do a normative reference to the draft to come, it means that even if the work is complete on this RFC, it won't be published with an RFC number until the other one is published.
Okay.
They come as a cluster.
Exactly.
Okay. So you'll have to choose between referencing the other draft as informational, in which case you can be published earlier, or as normative,
we will add the relation or the dependency to the other draft. We will add in the
on this
draft.
one, you need to point on the other as well, right? You need to reference the work in progress.
Perfect.
And what I'm saying is, if you put it in the normative section for the reference, your draft will be stored for publication until the other one is published. They will be published together. On the other hand, if you place it in the informational reference, it won't block the publication. But it will give the wrong idea because it really should be normative reference because all this work is based on the other. So really it should be a normative reference to say it's very important.
Okay.
Sandra?
Yes, hi. I just wanted to clarify this. So the second draft that was published but hasn't been adopted yet is where the full spec for the SCHC with FEC is, because in this one is just describing possible solutions to work on disruption scenarios. However, I don't think that one is the only way to do FEC. So I'm not sure if we should put it as normative in this draft that we are discussing, or just informational. No. Even though we do want to, we aim at having that adopted and possibly making it a standard track. But I don't know if that means in this one should be called in the normative references.
I see what you're saying, Sandra, but the goal of merging the FEC work is to result with only one FEC RFC.
I see, okay.
If we have too many RFCs, kill RFCs, right? We can't have too many standards. So hopefully we'll have only one FEC.
Okay.
Now, yes, I would like this work to be adopted before the draft we're talking about is published, so that we can at least have an informational reference on the draft IETF as opposed to personal submission. So that would be important to progress the FEC, at least to adoption.
So in that case, for this draft that we are discussing now, should we add the FEC spec as normative or informational because it's still a work in progress?
For now, you cannot do better than informational, because if it's I mean, it would not make any sense to have a normative for a draft which is not even adopted. But
Yeah.
once we adopt the FAQ, we'll see. You'll have to decide. You, the authors, will have to decide whether you can hold the publication to have a strong relation between those documents. So they're
Okay.
published with 2 consecutive numbers. Or if you really want this one published now for some reason, in which case you leave it as informational.
Okay. So probably we need to discuss with the other authors. I don't see any hurry to have this one published right now. But let us see with the other authors.
Yes, please
see what
discuss
they say.
offline with the authors.
Okay.
And anyway, I mean, please progress the FAQ as soon as you can. I mean, because
That one is up already. So that's it's
the FAQ
been
is ready for work group adoption, you think?
yes.
There was a merging happening. Did you complete this work?
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
So Rodrigo's gonna. I think he's gonna present the draft as well, or no? Is that in the agenda? You're muted, Rodrigo.
Yes, it's not in the agenda because I
Oh,
don't.
it's not in the agenda.
No,
Okay,
it's not in the agenda.
so yeah, that one. So we follow the recommendations from the last interim. So this version doesn't make any reference to DTS IoT to satellite only. It's more generic for a FEC mode for CHIC, and that one is so Rodrigo published that one about 2 or 3 days ago. And the idea was to see if we could call for working group adoption today, but we didn't make it to the agenda. So,
well, we can anyway. It happens on the mailing list, right?
yeah, yeah.
So maybe you can ask on the mailing list. You can tell the mailing list what you think the status of the document is. About the merge, about the completeness that you feel. I mean, how far you are. Basically, you want to have a clear idea on your solution. You want to have a clear idea on your authors. And if you guys think you're clear, just post that on the mailing list, and based on that, I will ask the mailing list if we are ready for adoption, and
Okay.
we'll move forward with that.
Okay.
Okay. If the working feels it's ready for adoption, then I'll go to the workflow that we have now on Data Tracker to start it from Data Tracker.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Now it's time for the AOB. Do we have any other business? I'm hearing none. So with this, I will thank you all very much. And I guess we have a next interim in 2 weeks.
Thank you, Pascal. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you.